what you just saw there was me running a 151.8 lap at Chuckwalla Valley Raceway clockwise with the Exige. So I just wanted to make a quick clip instead of writing all of this in the description because it's a higher chance you'll actually listen. Basically, I went to Chuckwalla 3 weeks ago with NASA Arizona, which is usually who I run my events with. They have literally the fastest drivers in Arizona and stuff like that. I ran it there because I just knew I could go faster. I think I went only like a 58 last time I was there on street tires. I got my street tire time down to like a 55 on these shot Nankangs, and I switched over to the Hoosiers. And mainly I was targeting my friend Sean's time, who has a 200-pound lighter Exige that has a Toyota motor that has like a crazy big wing and big splitter, but he's a TT2 car. I'm a TT3 car, and that's NASA's time trial classing system, which works by power to weight, which is a really great classing system because it means cars that only make 200 horsepower but are very light can be classed with like a heavy GTR or Corvette that makes more horsepower. So it's all power to weight. So it's a very, very fair classing system, in my opinion. And basically the guy who kind of dominates TT3, he set the record 3 weeks ago when I was there. It was my first time driving time trial with NASA. He set a 52.5 for TT3 as the record for the class. And this car is still in class trim on the Hoosiers, everything, the weight, power. And I was able to run a 51.8, which is actually 0.8 faster. Obviously, it doesn't officially count as a record because I have to run it at the NASA event, but it's just kind of like a more of a mental brain thing that I just wanted to know that I could do it. So it was a very incredibly fast lap. I don't know where my little trophy thing is, but I did win first place in the Vtec Club Unlimited Time Attack. That's why I was actually there, was the Vtec Club Time Attack, which is basically for 90% Hondas and then Honda powered vehicles. So this is Honda powered, and then there's like 3 or 4 MR2 Spiders, which are all K20 swapped or 24 swapped. And this being K24 swapped, I was able to run in it. It was a much more low-key event, so I got a good amount of track time. I actually started tuning the suspension, the compression, and the rebound. I actually made it that it's easier to drive faster now because it like absorbs bumps a lot. You can see in these pictures how much it's absorbing. It's weird, but with Lotus's body roll is actually a good thing. Lotuses are very weird when it comes to setup, so everything you know about them is kind of thrown out the window because their whole suspension setup, tire PSI, everything is just kind of specific to Lotus. It's kind of weird, but once you get to be able to drive these cars fast and keep the momentum and hold the aero that they make with you know, this basic splitter and wing, insanely fast car. Had a great weekend. I was actually gonna, so these are the Hoosiers I ran on. I'm actually borrowing these or renting these from Sean, who has the Exige. Hoosiers, these are very expensive tires. They're like $1,200 or $1,300 new for a set. Granted, these are 16, 17 small size tires. If these were like 18 or 19 Corvette GTR size, these would be like almost $2,000 for a set. But they are insanely grippy, and they're probably the fastest tire you can possibly run, and they're absolutely awesome. The sad thing is they do only last about 15 heat cycles, which means every time you go out onto the track, that's a heat cycle. But yeah, I was gonna try for a high 49 or low 50 to even beat the TT2 record that was set too, because if this car can run at TT2 times, then that's insane, you know, because then it's a car that's technically classed less, but it's running just as fast. Obviously that varies track to track. Some shorter tracks this car has a bigger advantage on. Some really long tracks that have more straightaways, obviously a car with more horsepower is going to have an advantage. This only makes 220 wheel horsepower, but just wanted to say that. And my next track day is next weekend with NASA Arizona at East, and I will be doing time trial. We'll see if I'm able to run the Hoosiers there and set the record, which is like a 58, 57 second. I'm not sure if I will be. It has 2 big straightaways. It's more of a simpler track, not something that a Lotus would favor, so to say, but we'll see what happens. And thanks for watching.